Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Adam, oh my God, you are not going to freaking believe who was on the podcast today.
Is it who I think it is? Is it who I think it is?
No.
Don't toy with me because I'm in a pretty fragile place.
It is not Carrot Top. It is not the top.
How long do we have to try to get this dude? Like, what's he?
It's Brooks Wheelan. Oh my God. That's right. What the
Listen, I should probably start out every episode by saying exactly this, but if you are listening to this podcast on any of the platforms and you're finding yourself dissatisfied with it in any way, shape, or form, message us directly. Hit us up on the Instagram, on the Patreon, wherever it is, DM us, and we will give you producer Ron's phone number and home address, and he will rectify this situation financially for you. Mm-hmm. So again, if at any point, something's bumping me, I'm not enjoying a certain part of this podcast, message me, Andrew, or Ben, not producer Ron. We will give you his personal info, and he will make the situation right. And that, my friends, is the Grolix guarantee. My name is Adam Caton Holland.
I'm Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal. Ron might not answer his phone, so you can just drive over and knock on his door.
Yeah, exactly. This is a Grolix Saves the World. It's a comedy podcast about bettering your world. And again, as part of that pledge to better your world, if you're dissatisfied, holler at us. It will give you his home
I do know
address.
That almost everything is done cold hard cash. He will mail you an envelope of cash as an apology from his own money, of course, not from ours or for a Patreon takings. This is, of course, from money he has earned. And
100% do not accept a Venmo from producer Ron. Do not accept a Venmo from producer Ron. That is not him. That is a dummy.
No. If you guys keep this riff going, I'm going to mute you.
Wow, our first complaint.
Ron, send him a bundle of cash, please.
Thanks, Ron.
Yep. So our shush money plan is working. And I appreciate you outing Ron, because Ron has so much money and he literally doesn't know what to do with it, and he wants to help people out. So
all about making a better product. And to that end, oh my God, do we have a guest on this episode that frankly is going to explode us. This is going to be the one that breaks through for us.
We have a guest's guest. You know, you've heard of a comic's comic. We have a guest's guest.
Yep. I'm so excited.
This guy's one of the best guesters in the game. We've known him for years. He's done the live Grolix show several times, very famously being rather unhinged on one of them and crushing in a way that made everyone feel unsafe.
Well, I think it was on a ladder, if I recall. He was on a ladder.
The back side of a ladder, which is not the side to climb.
No.
And I was in the back, really, really worried about the safety of that. Anyway, please welcome Brooks Wheelan, everybody.
Yeah. I put a folding chair on top of the ladder.
WWF style comedy.
Yeah, I watched Alex, the manager of the Bug, suck the entire backside of his pants into his rectum. He was so nervous you were going to fall off of that. And
like a car wash vacuum.
Yep, but I think you're a bad boy, And I've always thought you were a bad boy, and I think that's what you do. You play by your own rules, Brooks. It's good to have you.
You guys are all bad boys. Bad boy Monday morning 9 a.m. podcast.
Yeah, thank
I like it.
Thank you
That's the name of the
Nothing
pod.
says bad boys like getting up at 8 o'clock and hopping on a pod.
Well, we do have to say, Andrew
We
was
don't.
commenting before we started doing this. Andrew was commenting, our LA guests hate us because we're doing it at 10 Denver time, 9 LA time. You're up at 6:30. You said, which is bonkers.
Well, I said that's when the panic sets in. That's when I'm like, oh God,
Yeah.
no, another day.
Yep. I mean, it's not exactly.
Green
It doesn't
the
sound
dawn.
like you're enjoying it, like being up that.
No,
early.
no, it's not like I'm up like doing anything.
You're not like baking bread or something.
Yeah.
I love
You
doing.
gotta
Just got to
it.
get
Did you
started
make
on
that
phone
smoothie, or did you
time.
go
It's
get
nice
it?
to wake up at 6 or 6:30 and then get started on some terrifying phone time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I walked and got this smoothie up. I think I got to get out of the smoothie game. It's bankrupting me.
Yeah, dude. In LA, that's a $39 smoothie.
I got a smoothie and a juice, and it was $29.
Whoa!
Jesus Christ.
Wow!
It's a good thing
What's
you're
that,
rich, Brooks.
What is that? Juiced gold, guys. I'm a
They
grandpa.
blended up nuts. All they did was blend up nuts and pour milk in it. I'm like, I have to figure out how to do that.
I don't know. Jesus.
You got a nut and milk smoothie?
Honestly, yeah, almond coconut milk smoothie.
Oh God,
Wow.
dude, you can make those at home. Just buy a blender.
Nah.
A blender's like $200. This is only 30.
a day.
Yeah. So I'm saving money by getting one of these every day because otherwise I'd have to spend 200.
Smart. That is smart.
Yeah.
Can I share? There's very few people who I remember the first time I ever met them so vividly as the first time I met you, Brooks. And I'd like to share it. It was at the Montreal Just for Laughs. R.I.P. R.I.P.
I don't know. I think I feel the same way about that going away as OJ.
Yeah.
Time. It was time.
Fair enough.
What? They're both
Well-
innocent? Is that what you're trying to say, Brooke?
Anyway, we were at that dinosaur. We were at that lumbering dinosaur being feted by the industry. It was at the after party in the bar of this Hilton. And I didn't know you, but there was just a chair, like a sort of hotel lounge chair right by the bar. And you were you kept falling over it. And at first I was like, what the fuck? This dude's so fucked up. What's going on? And then I watched you, not knowing you, and realized, oh shit, he's doing a bit. And I watched you fall over this chair 9 times to get different reactions from people. And I was dying. I was just sitting there laughing. But Judah Friedlander was watching and hating it. And I just remember.
I felt in his defense, what I would do is I would go up to somebody I'd never met and I'd be like, hey, I'm Brooks. I'm new here. And then I'd lean against the chair and fall over. And no one liked it except for you.
I liked it.
And in Judah's defense, I fell into his leg and like fucked his leg up. And I was wearing my lanyard because I was like, how else can I be super annoying? And so he like grabbed my lanyard and he was like, I'm going to write your name down. I'm going to sue you. Kanane gets in the middle of this.
Oh,
and
wow.
Kanane's like, Brooks, let's get out of here. Come on, Brooks. And we go to McDonald's and I'm having a little panic attack because Judah Friedlander's a famous guy. And I was like, he said he's going to sue me. And then Kanane goes, hat guy's going to sue you, bud. You're fine.
Jesus. Yeah, I remember seeing him overreact to it. I was like, come on, he's doing a bit.
I
He's doing a bit.
apologized. I apologized to him the next day, and he was very receptive to my apologies. I like
Good. Not
You're
trying
like,
to start
French
shit.
Canadians love clowning. They love
Yeah.
physical clowning.
I learned from that just for laughs. Anytime I go there, to never hang out at that party because nobody. It's just always bad to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're not
'cause
you're not JFL. You're more of the zoo street performer, like Andrew was referring to. You need to be on stilts. You need to have a painted face and be wandering the streets of Montreal, delighting the audiences.
I love what the clowns are up to right now.
Clowning.
Yeah.
Yeah, clowning's a real thing in LA, and these clowns are running amok.
I've kind of heard about it, but we're not in LA because I see Rory doing shit with a clown guy sometimes, but I don't know what it is
that's
at all.
Chad, he's like Chad's a hunky clown. It's confusing.
Wow. That's the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give me a
Come in all
micro? Like,
shapes.
what is it? What is this clowning? Like, is it? It's not traditional.
You go into their show and then they harass you and you're like, oh my God, this is new. This is amazing.
Okay.
That's it?
They just harass people. They're running amok. They're menaces.
So it's French crowd work clips.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool.
Brooks,
All
we
right.
brought
now
you
I'm gonna
on
get beat
because
up by
this.
the. Hold on. Now I'm gonna get beat up by the fucking clowning community. These guys hate jokes. They don't like getting made fun of. These clowns are very sensitive.
You think
I
Judah
mean, they're gonna fuck
Friedlander
me up.
is litigious? Wait till you get on the wrong side of a clown shoe. I can tell you that right now because they'll come
And
at you.
the Grolic Saves the World does have a robust clown fan base. I
Yeah.
gotta warn you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Well, I hate. I'm with you. I hated the Hyatt, like the bar area where you were supposed to. It was like requisite to like fucking hang out. But if I could have watched you fall over a chair and piss off Judah Friedlander, that would have made that whole
would have been
2014 amazing. I'm actually
Yeah,
bummed I missed it.
The next time I saw Judah Friedlander was at NBC because I just got an SNL and he was like, "No way." I was like, "I'm sorry, man." It was like a month later. He's like, "Fuck this guy."
Turns out everyone
That's
really
hilarious.
liked the falling over the chair bit.
Yeah.
Do you?
Man, I just had the image of a clown serving you papers to appear in court. Like somebody does 6 back handsprings and presents you with a fucking subpoena.
And it's so many papers.
Yeah.
It's so many.
You go
papers.
to you go to
Keep
sign
coming.
it
They're
and
all
the pen
connected.
squirts you in the eye. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, all right.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah.
Brooks, we do this podcast to save the world. You may have noticed it needs it, and we 3 guys are the people to get it done. We also just try to better people's world, and it strikes us that you recently maybe bettered your world, but maybe bettered somebody else's world when you ran a marathon. We watched this from afar. All that is all relationships now. We just watch you on social media and see that you ran this marathon, and we wanted to talk to you about it.
Well, it wasn't. I guess I'm not that sought after as a guest because I did this peak pandemic.
Oh.
It was like 2001. This is why it happened.
Oh, okay.
We have a backlog, miles long for people.
No,
trying to
I'm
get
just saying.
on
You're
this
like
show.
recently. I'm like I was like 3 girlfriends
Post
ago.
pandemic, everything is recently.
Yeah. No. So what happened was.
Well,
it was-
wait. Let's pause. Actually, I think this is a great point right here to pause him. This is in the podcast biz. It's called the tease. We're going to give him a little tease, and I think we should take a quick break because I want to know the story. I've only heard it through folklore and comedy folklore, just, the comedy
songs.
campfire and in songs. Yes, there has been
Yep.
several songs.
Many songs.
So many songs about this. And I want to know the story. So why don't we take a quick break? Because I have a feeling we're going to dive right into this. But before we do, real quick, we got to pay some bills. Hey, if you haven't checked out our Patreon page, patreon.com/Grolic Saves, all kinds of, if you're listening to this and you're about to hear an ad, you don't have to freaking do that. You don't have
You're
to
a
do that.
sucker. You are a sucker if you have to listen
You
to
can get an
ad.
ad-free episode. You can get bonus content. We got Fourth Act. We got the pod within a pod, boy crazy. So check that out, patreon.com/Grolic Saves. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more with our guest, Brooks Wheelan, and how he ran a marathon. And if I'm correct, you ran it kind of on a whim. Like it sounds like it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was 0 training, and it was for a bet. It was for $500.
That makes
Hell
the world
yeah.
a better place. We're going to hear about this. Everybody stay tuned.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end,
What will I become? Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
We are back. Thank you for powering through the ad break. We are here with Brooks Wheelan. And Brooks, you ran a marathon, and I'm told you broke an international record, fastest time ever. You hold it?
Yep,
What's that
I
like?
beat Oprah.
Oprah's marathon time. Oh my God.
No, so we teased it in the first half. It was pandemic. Your peak crazy. But set the mood for us. What's going on with this?
So it's pandemic. It was pandemic when you got to like have like a few bubble friends. So Nick Turner was over at my apartment. We were wasted.
Comedian Nick Turner, friend of yeah. Okay,
great dude. We're hammered. Him and Nick Vatterott. Well. So I said I don't think
enemy of the podcast, Nick Vatterott.
Right. I said I don't think marathons are hard. He said that can't be true. I said there's no way running a marathon is hard. People make up their identity. That's lame. He was like, "There's no way you can run a marathon." I was like, "I'll run one in the morning," and this is at like midnight. Then we woke up at 11. Then I was like,
"This is such a drunk."
I was like,
a drunk conversation.
Yeah, I was like,
wait, just pause for a second. So you're drunk talking about marathons. So like, and I want people to know: is this, or I'm curious, is this Brooks Wheelan drunk? Like, is this a level that you achieve, like that we know you're capable of? Were you full out hard partying right now, or are you just having a few drinks, or are you partying?
No, we're pandemic drinking.
Yeah,
like it was a lot of drinking.
Yeah,
I was there. Absolutely. I had one friend. I would bike to his backyard, and we would go until both of us were going to fall over. And he's like, "You good to bike home?" And I was like, "Nope." And I'd bike on home, and it was great.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about bikes. You're always okay enough to bike home.
Yeah, dude. Did you guys have enough to go?
I said, I think there's enough juice in this tiny little fucking light to power myself the 30 city blocks home. Let's do it.
There was this place. You guys might have had something too, but it was called Little Dom's, and they gave out. You know when they're doing like to go, like hard, mixed drinks.
Right. Yeah.
I rode my bike over to Nick Rutherford's one time, and I stopped and I got 2 to go martinis. They're in this mason jar, and like we would drink it by the LA River and watch bats, and it was so strong I felt like it coursing through my arm. Like after my first drink I felt my arm get like drunk. I was like, holy shit. And
wait, are you drinking through your hand?
The to go hard drink. What a phenomenon! I agree.
You were
like the
having
restaurants,
a heart attack, Brooks. That's what it means to feel
I
it
think
in
my
your
arm's
arm.
drunk first. You just fall over into the LA River.
Ben and Andrew don't drink, so they don't know. But like, yeah, I would try to support the restaurant extra. We're all trying to help these restaurants we love and save them. And so they started selling to-go drinks, and they wanted to make it up to you. Every to-go cocktail I got from a restaurant was 5 times as powerful as it would be if you were just ordering it sitting there at the restaurant. It was a wild phase of to-go bevies.
So I went back. I wanted to do it again like a week later. I was like, well, I want those to go martinis. And they're like, we had to stop. Like, we can't do those. They were like, you're supposed to dilute it. There's 4 martinis in there. You're supposed to do it over ice. And it was like, we were just drinking the mason jar. They're like, yeah, a lot of people did that. And that was not good.
So you're just
there were
drinking
no bats.
Straight
just
gin
a mason
and vermouth,
jar
basically.
of vodka.
Yeah, but it was chill.
He was on his bike. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so anyway, you're Brooks Wheelan martini, like to-go cup drunk. Yeah.
And then Turner's like, you know, you can run a marathon tomorrow. I was like, yeah, for sure I can. And then he's like, $500. He had this podcast called Get Rich Nick. And so he was like, this is great. This is podcast content. Like, he's going to just bet me I can't run a marathon. I was like, I totally can. And then he was like, wait, you can't just run a marathon. You have to run it faster than the average person. Faster than an average marathon time. And I was like, I didn't know.
And just for the listener, you've never run a marathon before. Why this conversation is happening. And
furthest I'd ever run is 10 miles in my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're a bit of a gazelle. I want to say this. You're a tall, lean drink of water.
I run like 3 miles every day. Now after the marathon, I started running way more because it turns out I like it. But yeah, I do like running, but I didn't know if I could run the
26
faster than the average. So we looked it up. Oprah ran like a little like at the average, and I was like, okay, I can beat Oprah. So that was my Oprah ran 4 hours and 26 minutes. So it's like I have to beat Oprah. And in the morning at 11, took off. Also, I didn't know most marathons are flat. I ran around the fucking Griffith Park Hills for unknown reasons. Yeah, I was just like, I just got to go mosey around for 26 miles.
The marathon was the next day?
He's
it was
just
like
doing
10
it
hours
his
later.
own.
Yeah, I did this alone.
Oh my God.
He didn't join a crew. He just ran.
Yeah.
Wait.
You didn't spend like 2 months training, nothing. It was literally the next day after this hammered conversation. You were like, I'm going down to
And
the
I
marathon.
started it an hour earlier. We're supposed to start at noon. I was like, I'm itching. Let's go. It's 11. So I ran it in 4 hours and 16 minutes and like hobbled the last 2 miles. The last 2 miles was like a half hour because I broke my knee. You shouldn't run a marathon without training. I got iliotibial band syndrome and I couldn't walk for like 6 months. I had to go to like knee rehab, which I ended up spending way more than $500 to fix my fucking knee. And
wait. Just there's so many questions. Wait, I have so many questions. We've blown by a few. Number one, why Oprah? Why was Oprah the celebrity that you guys clung on to as a time? Like, were you like, I'm basically we're the same build? Like, what was it?
She's had it too good for too long. Someone had to knock her off of her post.
I just couldn't allow it to be a reality that Oprah Winfrey was faster than me at any. I was like, I have to be able to beat Oprah Winfrey. Nothing against Oprah, but I was like, I'm like, I have to be able.
You have to have a
be
bar. Everyone should have a celebrity that they consider themselves faster than. And at the end of this, Adam and Ben will choose ours. We'll choose our
Louis
celebrity.
Anderson, R.I.P. I'm faster. I guarantee it.
I'll look up celebrity marathon times and give them to you if you want right now.
Absolutely. Let's do this. I'm
Great.
faster than Louis Anderson. I guarantee it, even though we can't really document it. I'm probably faster than...
I think I'm faster than Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters.
I don't think you are.
Wait, dude, I'm faster than alt porn comic Joanna Angel. She's been running quite a few. I've seen that on Instagram. It's all the rage. And I'm willing to bet that I could beat her. So...
Gordon Ramsay ran a 3:30. That's really fast.
That's good,
That's
but he's
insane.
tall too. He's a tall guy. Can I ask you? I'm going to keep asking questions because there's so many for this. Number two question I have is, when you say you ran Griffith Park, did you do a loop just around the roads?
I do 10 miles. I would do 10 miles, 5 miles out, 5 miles back, so I could get like some water and say what's up because Turner was like live podcasting the event.
Okay.
And really what ended up happening after it is ASICS saw it and ASICS reached out because it got like written up in GQ and it was on like a bunch of news sites because there was no sports happening. And I was just like, hungover guy bangs out a marathon. And I was like,
it's good content. It's good fucking content.
It was great content. Then ASICS reached out and they're like, what if you train properly, you psycho?
Yeah.
And so they gave me a 12-week training program. And I was going to try to run a 3:30 marathon from 4:16. I'd follow the program perfect, exactly the way you're supposed to. All I've ever wanted to have happen is like someone's forcing me to get in shape.
I couldn't agree more with that. Like to have trainers, like we're all buddies with Kumail. When he got all strong, I was like, man, it'd be so cool to have Marvel money helping you form your body. That's incredible.
Yeah,
I just 10 chicken breasts a day, and that's it.
Totally.
No, I was still drinking the same amount. I just jogged before.
That's great.
Yeah. I remember my plan for this one was I wasn't going to drink the night before, not the day.
Nice.
This poor ASICS intern dispatched
Yeah, right. The
to
person
deal
who
with
has to keep
Brooks,
checking in, like, and how's the alcohol intake? What? You're falling over a chair for your 9th time.
I want to interject and ask. I ran a lot. That was like the way I lost a lot of the weight that I had when I was younger was through running. But I got runner's trot. When I would first start running long distances again, I would get the shits while running. And they'd say it's from the jostling and whatnot, that it happens. That's why some runners on long runs, they shit their pants. You'll see.
Oh, yeah. I had this question, too.
Yeah. Did you, because you were incredibly hungover, you didn't feel like shitting your pants throughout any part of that first run? Like,
or at least pissing them, right?
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? You must have been hungover, right?
I don't know. I was pretty excited. I probably started a little drunk still.
Yeah.
Also, I'm on Team Brooks here. You sweat it out pretty quick. I bet that hangover went away real fast.
Yeah, it was cool. The second marathon's where I made my actual mistake.
Oh,
all right.
Training.
Yeah, clam chowder as a carb up.
So I was trying to run a 3 hour and 30-minute marathon for that one, which is like pretty
That
fast.
is a fast
Gordon
one.
Ramsay fast.
Yeah, exactly. But I go out a little too fast, okay? And I'm like, I could run a 3:15 marathon. I could cut an hour off my marathon time. I'm on pace to do that. At the half marathon mark, I run like a 90-minute half marathon. I still have another half marathon to go.
Bananas.
Damn.
I'm flying. I got really fast. If you train appropriately and like it just worked. It really worked. If you stick to a training thing and don't drink the night before, it's really like. But what I did, here's how I fucked up. Halfway through at the half marathon mark, I had a 20-ounce Mountain Dew. And I had my friend Cornell Reed film me. I chugged the Mountain Dew. I was trying to parlay it into a new sponsorship.
Yes.
And I drank this Mountain Dew, 20-ounce, slammed it. And I said, Mountain Dew, it's good for you. And then 1 mile later, my body stopped working. Like it seized
You
up
sugared
in a
your
way I'd
gas tank. You put sugar in your own gas tank.
Like my legs were like, they locked. I was walking like the RoboCop, but the T one, the one that only has two.
ED209.
Yeah. And I was like, that's when I like texted the ASICS person. I was like, I can't finish this, and she's like, you have to. What are you doing?
She's like, I just see you drinking
this
a
is our only
Mountain
promo
Dew
this year.
And then it took me like 2.5 hours to finish that other half marathon. I ran that marathon slower than the first one.
Holy shit.
You dude yourself, dude.
I still beat Oprah.
Dude yourself. But crazy twist, you did get a fucking Mountain Dew hookup.
Yeah, I did. They sent me a bunch of shit. It was great.
Wait,
Even after
Didn't
it's
they
like,
send
it
you
broke
a
my
car
body.
like
Mountain
a
Dew.
VW Bug or something?
so
That was a lie. I kept saying that Mountain Dew sent it to me, but it was just a car on my street.
Oh,
I did trick a lot of people. There was a yellow VW Bug on my parked on my street for like 2 weeks, and I kept being like, "Thanks, Mountain Dew, to my car." And
I fell for it. I fell
it.
for it.
Yeah.
So nice work.
So the second one, you chug this Mountain Dew, and you start running on the second half. Your legs give up. Is ASICS incentivizing you to continue with anything other than threats? Like, is that
No, they were just like, you got to finish, man.
They're like, we put you through this whole program.
Why did you just keep? I think you probably. Do you think it was the stopping, or do you really think? I mean, how big was this Mountain Dew? Was it a 20 LZ, or did you go full?
It was 20 ounce. Yeah, it was 20 ounce. But like, it just chemically like. Also, I was running way too fast. I was going way ahead of like what I was capable of, and so it's just was a really bad combo. Like overexertion, and then pounding a Mountain Dew. Just not.
You were like the villain in a classic ski movie, just so cocky at the halfway point,
so cocky,
chugging your Mountain Dew.
And you're like,
Can I ask you, Brooks? Can I ask you where does this cockiness come from? You were an athlete, right? You wrestled and shit. Like you're just like you're an athlete.
Oh no, it's a bit. I'm very. But also, I thought that I was going to do it. Like I really thought I was gonna like. I mean, yeah, I was feeling great, man. I was like, holy shit, like I'm fast as hell.
What was the worst point? What was the lowest point for you? In any, like, was there a point that sticks out during that run where you were like, this has all been a bad idea, and I don't want to do this?
Because I get to that point like 6 minutes into a run. So, okay, Brooks is showing us the video on his phone of him. He's eating a banana and slamming a dew. He looks like this is just another recreational jog around the Rose Bowl.
In the middle of your marathon, you want to drink right, Mountain Dew.
Oh, gross.
I'll send it to you.
It's a banana and a Mountain Dew.
Well, I am not the craziest. I was doing some things right.
Smart.
But so on that run, you're. I think my opinion is it's the sitting. You ran that first part so fast that the way you're sitting and the fact that you stop, all that lactic acid built up in your fucking legs. And I guarantee you started running again and your body was like, no, we had just shut down for the day. Like, that's what it feels like. I wouldn't blame the Mountain Dew. I think the sugar probably could have helped you a little bit.
Aren't those like crystals, like that lactic acid? When you see it, it's just like these crystals in your muscles, basically.
I don't know.
I don't know, guys. I didn't really look into it when I was done. I was like, all right, we're done with
Well,
that.
you can't
Can I ask
walk
you a
anymore.
question, Brooks? I want to ask you. So, like, you did this. It was a stunt. It was a bit, and then the bit went twice with Asics, and that fucking rules. And then you got Mountain Dew sponsorship. You said you fucked your knee up, and you repaired your knee, and now you've actually gotten really into running, right?
Yeah.
So, what's your running like now? What's your running like? How much do you run now?
I try to run 6 miles at least 5 days a week.
Boom.
Wow.
That's a good
That's
one.
so
Holy
good.
crap.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you
And how's
do
your
you,
body
have you-
responding to it?
It's when I'm in a groove, it's great.
Yeah.
And then it's easy to get back and it's really easy to lose. You know what I mean?
have you run a marathon again since those first initial?
No, I'll never run another marathon. I really don't think they're good for your body at all. I don't think you gain anything. Like the thing I do run, like right before I have to do anything, tape anything or be on TV, I go run a half marathon and it really just sucks your cheeks in. Half marathons are chill and that's a reasonably long way to run. 26 miles is just too far to run.
Yeah. I mean,
unless you're training for it.
Yeah, but you can see the people. I mean, they're very lean. They chew up a lot of their own muscle, like eating. And the leg. Have you seen that documentary about the people who run the Appalachian Trail, and they do it in like they'll do it in like a month's time.
I think even quicker. I think they do it in like 18 days. They do it something fucking wild.
Yeah, that's
my favorite.
Crazy.
My favorite my biggest documentary recommendation about running is this thing called the Barkley Marathons. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yep. Yes. Is that like the jailbreak, the famous like emulating a jailbreak?
It's the world's toughest race. You have to be invited to do it. It's 5 marathons in a row and you have 60 hours to do it. And it's through the hills of Tennessee.
Totally.
And people rarely finish. And if you're bored this week, put on the Barkley Marathons. You're going to be sucked in. A real psycho named Lazarus starts it by lighting a cigarette. That's how it starts. And you have to be invited to do it. They don't tell you where it is. Like, it's gotten more popular now.
If you're listening to this Barkley Marathon, get Brooks. He's going to have a jar of classic Tennessee moonshine. He's ready to go.
Nope. I'm gonna do this. I got $500 that says you can't run the Barkley Marathon tomorrow, and I bet you can't beat Oprah's time on it. I bet you can't. She probably did it in 4.5 months.
Like some surviving the game shit. An invite-only 5 marathon race to the Tennessee hills. So like, we just want to see people die, and this is like a legal way we could do it.
People get lost out there because they have to run. It's through the night. They run at night. Like they have to like rip out pages of books to prove that they were at these spots.
Yep.
It's
cool
as
I got
hell.
eccentric about running. I would run at lunch. When I worked at a call center, I would change at my desk. No one saw me do it. I would put on my running clothes. Then as soon as my hour lunch started, I would run from downtown Denver, and I'll explain how long it is, to from Coors Field to Federal and I-70 every lunch and back, which is about 8 miles in an hour. I would do that every day, but I wouldn't shower afterwards. And I started getting acne all over my back from it. And then I went to a dermatologist and they were like, yeah, you have a staph infection because you're not washing all that sweat off right after it happens.
Oh
and I got
my God.
a staph
You're like
infection
the
all over
the shittiest version of Superman, just ducking under your cubicle,
But
coming out in your running clothes.
I would run 50 miles a week. And apparently now, recently, I've talked to people I worked with and they were like, yeah, you stunk. You were like, you smelled because
it's also the most addict behavior I've ever heard. Like to just be like, to run 8 miles at lunch is like Looney Tunes. It's so much.
I got real thin from it.
Of course you did.
but I also like my knees and my shins have never been the fucking same. You guys have seen them. Andrew, Adam, they know my knees and my shins and how insecure I am.
It's for our OnlyFans. Save it for our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
The farthest I've ever run was 13 miles.
Yep.
And I was like training for soccer. I was in college And I was on this like island off of Virginia called Chincoteague. They have wild horses there. It's insane. And I ran at night, and it was like a religious experience. I remember that so well. It was just quiet, and you hit that second wind, and you could just go, 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 go. I've never had anything like that.
Wild horses was just
that moment
running alongside you.
Yeah, you were
it
fully
was bad.
nude.
I mean, that was the first time I got the appeal of running.
While you were doing it too. You were tugging your dick,
absolutely.
weren't you? Because you were in the
dude. I was flying like last week, and I had like a few beers at the airport that I put on Forrest Gump, and it was the first time when he took off running, I was like, just keep fucking running, man. Just keep fucking running. I cried on the plane. I was like, I get this. I get being like, I'm just out of here. I gotta go.
Can I ask for our listeners, like, if you did this as a goof, as a bit, but you were drunk and you were talking marathons. So like some part of you inside was like, I could fucking do this. Whether you think it's stupid or whatever, you were just like, I can do this thing. And then you just did the thing. What do you say to people who are like, I want to do the same thing. I want to, maybe it's a lark, maybe it's something silly in their head, but they're like, well, fuck it. I've never tried it. And you just did
it. I have a problem with marathon people who that's their identity. Like they're like, I run marathons. I'm like, shut up. Yeah. Anybody can run a marathon. Are you the fastest at it? Like if you're the fastest at it, if you're winning, if you did it in college, talk about it all goddamn day. But just once a year, you trot along over the fucking Staten Island Bridge with 10,000 other fucks. I don't want to hear about it.
Yes.
That's all it was. I was just annoyed with people who aren't fast, but talk about running marathons all the time. If you're great at it, I can't. I want to hear about your training. I want to hear about everything. But if you just do it once a year, get out of my face.
Yeah, like hobbyists.
In Colorado, we have the equivalent of the 14ers, like all these 1,400 peaks. If you climb it, you have to have a fucking picture with you holding the exact altitude. And it's like people just go for that picture. It's not about this cool experience of going up the mountains. They just want that picture holding the elevation sign, you know?
Well, look, if it gets them healthy, great. I don't mind it. It's just that can't be all you talk about.
Yeah, my ex-wife ran a marathon, and I ran more than she did. She trained for it and did it, and she trained the way you should. And after watching her do it, she was like, "Are you going to try it?" And I was like, "No, I have no." And I enjoy running, and I was like, "I have absolutely no urge to do that." I think like I stay out and run until I'm like done running. I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, it's 4 miles, sometimes it's 6 or 7 miles. It just depends on what I'm feeling. And I think that that's the best way to run. Can I ask you that? Do you feel like your like love of running has grown now that you've just made it whatever you want it to be? Like you just do it how you want to do it?
Yeah. I was like, now that I max at 6, that's all I ever do. Unless I do that little half, but like, it's just fun to run 6 miles for me. Yeah. Cause like you want to stop at 3 and then you're like, I'm going to do 3 more. And then it's just mentally, you can get in like a nice place.
I'm gonna go run that.
Yeah,
lunch.
it's just.
I'm gonna go run today.
I know. I want to go run. I have to go right after this, and I'm going camping with. You'll never guess, Carl Hess.
Another comic and a bon vivant. Please, he's gonna have nice meats, and he's gonna pour wine on your nose and your cheeks and your face and stuff.
I know. I'm not drinking right now. Hence the wake up early smoothie stuff. But
he'll pour cheese on your face. Like he'll pour something nice on your face.
I'm sure we'll be having nice meats and cheeses, but I don't think I have time to run today, which is very frustrating.
Oh,
sorry, Brooks. Sorry, we took your fucking run time, bro. I think
you didn't. I just got gassed up running, talking about it. Is all I'm saying.
I know. I want to run now too, but I fucked up my knee because I'm playing indoor soccer, and that's my hubris.
Yeah.
So I think the lesson here is get drunk, stumble ass backwards into a thing you may have wanted to do for a while, hurt yourself. Mm-hmm. Get a sponsorship by putting it out online, fail at getting another sponsorship, and then you'll start doing the thing you wanted to do in the first place.
Then you'll find the thing that you love.
Actually, you missed one. Fail at getting the sponsor, and in your attempt to get that sponsor, you fail your goal because of that sponsor as well. Like that's a really tough one to hit. Like where you're trying to get the sponsor, but the sponsor you're trying to get is the reason you weren't able to accomplish your goal. What a beautiful, poetic way to go about it.
Well, not to throw rain on your parade, but I got sponsored by Mountain Dew. They sent me like tons of shit, just not a car.
So that was true.
I fell for the car. Yeah. I fell for the car.
Well,
yeah, they sent me like a lot of stuff, and then I got to try the new dews that were coming out. Like they had those like spicy Cheeto dews, and they were sending those to me, and I was like, "Keep them coming, baby."
Okay. You got anything else on the horizon? You got a new bit you want to live your life as? Anything you think you can take? Everest?
The dumbest thing I've done recently is this, my special's coming out. I went to Alaska to shoot it. That's the dumbest thing I've done.
Dude,
recently.
I saw that. That looked fucking amazing.
It's great. It'll come out. I'm not sure when, but it's done, and I really like it. It's like halfway through, I'm like, what are we doing? Why did I do this?
What's it called so people can keep, or does it have a name that's like so people can?
Yeah, it's called Brooks Wheelan Alive in Alaska.
Awesome.
Easy to remember.
Yeah. Would you say, because we ask people this, that what you did, do you think it made the world a better place? Do you think it ruins Nick Turner's day, which obviously makes the world a better place?
Yeah, how mad was Nick Turner when you turned in that marathon, that first marathon time?
Everyone was pretty jacked. It was a bleak time, and everyone was just like, that was really fun. It was like a fun little sporting event.
Nice. And you're like permanently hobbled, so that's funny to them.
Oh man, I'm limping in. Beth Stelling rode her bike over to watch the finish line. This is all happening in Los Feliz. It's like it was a fun like comedy community hangout.
Nice. That's awesome. So it made your world a better place.
It was fun. Yeah, everybody had a nice time.
Well, I love it. I love it. This was fucking amazing. Brooks, you're the man. Do you have anything else you want to plug aside from your special that's going to be coming out?
Yeah, I know. It's great to plug a special that doesn't have a release date. Not really. I'm just I'm doing repeat guests on Entry Level. I'll bug you guys if you want to do it. That would be really fun. You've all been guests on my podcast, Entry Level with Brooks Wheelan. There's a bunch of great comics on there. If you like comedy, you'll find somebody you like. Other than that, no, I got nothing. I'm just jamming on a new hour, and I'm going to shoot that one in Iowa, which is where I'm from. Because I'm like, okay, I did the really, really hard one. Now let's go do the probably harder one.
Hell yeah, dude. Do it on a wrestling mat with the crowd like 360 around you. That'd be dope, dude.
Come through Denver and
I'm
warm
not
it
good
up,
at
dude.
wrestling. Yeah, I'm not good at wrestling for Iowa. I'm good at wrestling for California, but in Iowa, I'm not good.
Well,
you're California 10, Iowa 4. I've heard it a million times.
Exactly. Yes.
And you're a 20 in our book. We've always loved you, Brooks. If you ever need to work some of that new stuff out, you come to Daddy Denver, and Grolix will take care of you because we love you. We always have, man.
That sounds great, guys. I really appreciate it. I love you, dudes. Thank you.
Thanks for being on the pod, dude.
Thanks. That was amazing. Why don't we take a quick break? The best way to do it. Why don't we listen to some live stand-up comedy? Brooks, can we listen to some of your stand-up? Would you mind if we play a little bit
what
of
if
it?
He said no? What if he's like, no way?
I keep it hidden. I'm like Prince, baby, without any success. No, of course.
Let's listen to a clip from our live show, which you did, where you sat precariously atop the wrong side of a ladder on a folding chair. So let's listen to that.
One of my favorite Grolix sets ever. Let's listen to that.
Also, what a great audio-only thing to watch.
So let's listen to that. And when we return, third actors, you're on deck. Best third act in the biz. You don't want to miss out. We got good news. We got plugs, plus tease the next episode's challenge. So everybody, please stay tuned.
Does everybody know what wine is?
Yes.
Yeah?
Which one?
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so the first joke is a wine joke. I hate how, anybody ever barfed wine? It's a bummer, right? Because it's like not just a bummer for you, it's a bummer to the party, you know? Because you gotta be like, oh, that's not blood! Oh, that's not blood! I get to stay!
I hate how the guy, I live next to a wine shop, no big deal. But I hate how the guy who owns the wine shop makes me lie to him. Because, you know, I want to learn. I do. I don't want to be dumb. So I'm like, hey, how's this, how's this skin contact Pinot Grigio? And he's like, well, what are you pairing it with? And I'm like, don't make me fucking make up a goddamn dinner right now. What am I pairing that wine with? Probably another bottle of wine I'm about to buy, you fucking bitch. How's red wine go with white wine? And am I going to pair it with a goddamn Netflix documentary about the opioid epidemic? That's what I'm pairing it with. I'm going to hammer booze in my bed alone and go, these guys got a problem.
Hello and welcome to the third act, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the best third act in all of podcasting. Nice.
No one's even fucking close.
No one's even close.
No one's close.
No one's close. Name a second. You can't do it. And we can feel.
You can't. You could say that maybe This American Life.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where they do the Tory Malatia thing every time. Maybe with the producer.
Maybe
stuff,
a distant second.
It.
But I think there's a lot of people nipping at their heels, whereas they're not even nipping at ours. But regardless,
Mark Maron called me for asking for advice recently.
Who did Mark Maron call you asking for advice?
He asked me how to do an act 3.
Yeah. Do you help him out?
No, it's proprietary. That's property of Grolix Global Corp Industries.
Seriously, you can pay for that shit or a tutorial that producer Ron will do in your garage with you.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
There's a big thank you to be had right now, and that's to Brooks Wheelan for being a fucking maniac. And
what a true G and a maniac. And man, I would love to tell stories about those who can't, because the episode that he was on, he was truly insane that entire day.
Guess what, Ben? No
maniac.
one wants to hear them. They hate the show, and they don't give a fuck about what Brooks was like on it.
He was great. He was great, but he was a maniac. But anyway, Brooks, you're that dude. Thanks for joining us. And holy shit. We got good news.
What's that?
Again.
What?
Again. People are going to say we're repeating good news. We're going back to the well of stories because sometimes they feel. But I got good news. Andrew's not here again.
Really?
I mean, what are the chances? Two in a row.
Two in a row feels very good, but I am starting to get a little concerned because I don't know where he is and I don't know when he's coming back. And he is incommunicado. He's dropped out of the group thread. He's not responding to anything. He could be dead, but what am I going to go across town to do a welfare check? I'm sorry. I don't go to that side.
I don't think you should
go to that side.
What is traffic like? When are you going to go? Midday? That's
wait
crazy.
a minute. We just got this
in
the chat. Andrew did text Ron once with a gif of a French bulldog. Okay.
Okay. That's a classic. He's breathing. So that's a classic.
So he is alive. There was no
he hasn't
further
replied to anything else. No, but he's fine. He's fine.
He's fine, and he's throwing out cool images in the thread. So good on him. He's happy. He's doing what he loves to do.
That's Andrew's equivalent of a thumbs up. I'm giving a thumbs up as he's being wheeled off the field on a motorized cart. That's his way of saying the bulldog is still alive.
But it does mean somebody's got to sing the plug song again.
I'd like to do a country one.
Okay.
Well, you sure can plug, and plug in. I'm plugging you, I'm plugging. Or how about beers, trucks, and plugs? That's the way we live our lives.
But I'll tell you this, I wouldn't want one dating my daughter.
That's good. That's good.
Thanks.
Dude, we hit strides when he's gone.
Because he gets in the way. Because he's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the exact wrong height where I'm tripping over him like an ottoman all the fucking time.
He's in the way. He's in the way.
He's 100% in the way.
Yeah.
Ben,
He's yeah.
Ben. Everyone knows I'm your biggest fucking fan and I go to all your shows. So honestly, tell me how to fill in my calendar so I can plan on what to do.
Wednesday, June 5th, I will be at Dude IDK Studios in Denver. If you've not been there, it's super fucking cool. Small little space. Our buddy Nick Holmby created it, and it is fucking awesome. It's the best. And I'm going to be doing a show with our good pal, friend of the pod, friend of the live show, Hannah Jones. I'm going to be doing some new material on that show. It is super fun. Get your tickets now. It always fills up because this is a tiny little room.
I'll get mine right now
over.
so I can see. And I'm not going to bother you with small talk. I just want to watch you work because I'm such a fan.
Hey, Adam.
Yep.
Where are you going to be soon?
You know, it's coming. I've been plugging it for weeks on this pod, but now you have mere days to traipse your sweet little bod all the way to Minneapolis to Sisyphus Brewing. June 7th and 8th, I will be doing one show each night, and I'm pumped for it. And then if you're in LA, come to Happy Place on June 19th at Dynasty Typewriter. Those are my June shows that I'm pumping them real hard. So I'd love to see you in Minneapolis, June 7th and 8th, LA, June 19th. Links in the show notes.
Heck yeah. And Andrew pre-recorded his message again. And I just don't like it. I don't like his voice. I've found that it's a lot. I don't
like his voice live.
Ron,
you think I like to hear a recording?
It's boxy, and it's even more tinny than it is in person. It's weird, but all right, Ron, play that dipshit stuff.
Hey, it's Andrew. I have a plug, even though I'm not there doing this with you all. I recorded this in the past. I'm going to be headlining the Downtown Comedy Works on June 16th. Come down and watch me headline the finest club in Colorado. If you want half off tickets, you can use the promo code that is my character's name from Those Who Can't. Hopefully you know who that is. If not, I guess you can Google it.
Okay, there it is. Contractually fulfilled. Actually, do go see Andrew at Comedy Works. He rules. It'll be great.
Please
Downtown
do.
Club is
He's
the best.
so funny. And as well, the live show, June 29th. We have an amazing lineup at the Bug Theater last Saturday of the month. If you can't remember the date, just always remember last Saturday of the month. We have Ahmed Barucha. That is a massive show, as well as the Angry Tabby Cat, Brian Cook, visiting from LA, and our good friend, local crusher, Morgan Gallo. You do not want to miss this show, as well as any of our others. Please come say hi. Tickets down there in the show notes. Visit us. Tell us you love us. Adam, do you want to try to break the record today?
Go.
I think you can do it.
I swear to God, time me. I swear to fucking God. Do you have your phone out?
I can tell you you're feeling it already. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Thanks to producer Ron Doyle, Mike Henderson for his help recording out our live show. Theme music by Charlie Continental. You can follow us on social media at Grolix Comedy. Support us and get ad-free episodes and other perks on Patreon. Patreon.com/GrolixSaves. /fuck.
Well, with that one little slip up,
I went over.
That minor slip up, 11 seconds.
That's a new record.
That is a new record. 11 seconds.
It's because Andrew's not here. He's not breathing weird, and my camera distracting me. I can't. Yeah. Well,
you finally found it, and I'm so fucking happy for you.
Yeah. Feels good, dude. I'm going to go hug my sons and tell them what I did.
I think so. I don't think they'll understand.
No.
Any of it.
No.
We do have an episode next week.
Guaranteed.
And you should all listen to it. We guarantee. That's a Grolix guarantee. You will get an episode next week. It will be funny. Tune in next Tuesday for another episode of Maybe Andrew's Not Here and Adam and Ben are feeling fine.
Ben, you gotta go. You gotta get out of here. You have a hard out right now. We landed this plane exactly on time. So
it's 11:59. Is there any one last thing you'd want to say?
That I am jealous of your body.
Play us out, Charlie! Oh man, I'm gonna be riding on the tailwinds of that all day.